Cocktail Hour Cinema, talking drinks and cinema. We watch and eat some dinner, but we don't show you the dinner. It's Cocktail Hour Cinema.
Cheers, everyone, and welcome to Cocktail Hour Cinema. My name is Brent.
I am Nico.
And I'm Emily.
And we're a weekly podcast that talks about movie news, movies, TV shows, existential crises,
Sometimes.
terrible life moments, cocaine bears, and everything else.
Xanax reviews.
We also make a drink every week themed as to what we're talking about. Emily, what did you make this week?
So this week's cocktail is based on, it's inspired by Judas and the Black Messiah. So for this cocktail,
What's it called?
It's called the Black Panther Manhattan.
Nice.
It's a play on a Black Manhattan. It's just a slight variation on a Black Manhattan, which uses an Amaro either instead of a sweet vermouth or in addition to a sweet vermouth.
This is classy.
Yeah, it's real classy. Black Manhattan is one of those that I forget about all the time,
Right.
and then when I see it on a menu, I'm like, oh, that's right, yes, because I'm a Manhattan girl. I love
Me too. I want to be
Manhattans.
at a piano bar right now.
Yeah, like smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
So for this one, I really wanted to feature a Black-owned distillery. So I did some Googling, and not only is this one Black-owned, it's Black female-owned. So it's even better, and it has a really cool story. So it's called Uncle Nearest. It is a Tennessee whiskey. It is named after Nathan Nearest Green. Nearest was his nickname. He was born a slave and owned by a man named Dan Call, who made whiskey as like a side gig. And he didn't commission, he was a slave, so he didn't pay him, but right. he tasked Nearest to be his first head distiller. And Nearest used a method of charcoal filtering using sugar maple wood charcoal. This is a technique that's believed to have originated in West Africa as a way to filter water. It is now the defining feature of Tennessee whiskey.
Oh, wow.
So in the 1850s, a man who you may have heard of named Jack Daniel came and worked on Call's farm, and he learned all of his distilling techniques from Nearest Green.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
They stayed friends for a long time, and even like some of Nearest's descendants worked for Jack Daniels.
Wow.
Damn.
This brand was created in 2017. It is led by a woman named Fawn Weaver. She's a historian who basically heard about Nearest Green and was like, oh, this is not talked about enough. Let me dig into this.
Right.
Created the Nearest Green Foundation. Which
Let me see that bottle.
Yeah. Check it out. So like I said, it's a Tennessee whiskey. This first kind of batch is most likely sourced whiskey. They're still working on building their distillery. They're distilling within a couple other places currently. But one really cool thing about their distillery is that it's going to have its own malting floor, which is really unique. Most distilleries source their malted barley and malted grains from other locations. Like in Alameda, we have Admiral Maltings, which is where a lot of local breweries and stuff get their malt from. But they're going to have their very own, which is really cool. They also have a female head distiller, which is cool too.
Nice.
There aren't a ton of those out there.
Good job, Emily.
Yeah,
awesome.
You did your homework.
Yeah, I did. Shout out to Zach for helping me with all those notes. Zach is my whiskey guy.
Zach. This guy right here.
This guy right here.
What a
Shout
guy. What a guy.
out.
Here's his Instagram.
He makes really
Shout
amazing wrapped jewelry, so maybe we can link
All
him
right.
in the
His
description.
Etsy account?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
It's right
So, to the Black Panther Manhattan. It's real simple.
Holy shit.
2 ounces of whiskey. You're typically going to want to do a rye whiskey. This is a Tennessee whiskey. It's a little hotter. You don't usually want to do a bourbon with this kind of drink, but if you fuck it, do whatever you want. Do whatever kind of whiskey you want.
Do what you want.
And then a half ounce of Cynar. I've heard it pronounced different ways. It's an Italian Amaro. It's made from artichokes, actually. It's made from distilled artichokes.
Oh.
It's got kind of like a bitter vegetal kind of flavor, but it's still a little bit sweet. Then you're going to do half ounce of sweet vermouth, couple dashes of orange bitters, give it a lovely stir, and then top it off with a cherry, because what's a Manhattan without a cherry?
Bloop.
Bloop indeed.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
So I hope you enjoy it.
It is very
very
tasty, like I said. It's very different than the other cocktails we've had, and
Yeah.
and I like it
I'm keeping
that way.
I'm keeping it mixed up, you know?
Yeah, keep us on our toes, Emily.
Some of the sweet ones, like the blurry vision, and then this is like the polar opposite
This
of
is
that.
oh yeah. Oh God. This is very cool. I feel like I should be in a tuxedo.
Smoking a cigar.
Yeah, listening
There's
to
like
jazz.
mahogany wood everywhere.
Yeah.
Talking about how jazz is dying.
Oh God.
Jazz is
Ryan
dying.
Gosling.
Music. What is music now? Music sucks now.
You have
Like you
arthritis
would
too?
say sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just shaking because I'm old. Everyone shakes when they're old. You'll get there someday, kiddo. Hopefully.
Aging is funny.
All right, so
Right.
instead of movie news, we're going to talk about the Oscars. The Oscar noms came out.
Technically, that is movie
That
news.
is the biggest movie news. Biggest movie news. And
Yeah.
after we cover this movie news, I have some personal movie news.
Personal
that we'll
movie news.
discuss
Ooh,
afterwards.
personal movie.
Cue the
news.
personal movie news graphic.
Personal movie news. Do you want to do it now?
I mean, it's showing right now, but
Okay.
it'll come again.
Yeah, this is a tease. This is to keep
tease.
It's
everyone.
going to come more than once?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Good. That's good.
Very personal.
This is very personal.
So yeah, the Oscars nominations got announced. It's so exciting.
It's our Super Bowl,
Yes, very much so.
as well as the Super Bowl.
I won't go through like every single category, but so our Best Picture nominees, we have Sound of Metal. Woo!
Which you could check out on we have a review.
Yes,
up on that.
excellent movie.
Excellent
Highly recommend
movie.
it. Mank, which I have not seen yet. Minari, which I also haven't seen yet, but hear amazing things.
Yeah, I want to check that one out.
That one got a lot of nods.
It did.
Promising Young Woman, which I have seen. You
Also
two
got a
have
lot of
not
nods.
seen.
I have not seen that one yet.
It's so good. The Father, which I know that's Anthony Hopkins. There's always one movie that comes out in the Oscars where it's like that movie doesn't exist. Where the fuck is that released?
Right. And
Like,
Anthony Hopkins is in it.
yeah.
Every year.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like last year it
That's
was
a
the Two
priest.
Popes. It was like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not a real movie. Where you
Yeah,
didn't
that's not a
release that.
movie.
And then Judas and the Black Messiah, which we will talk about later in this
We
episode.
will be talking about this.
Trial of
Mhm.
the Chicago 7,
I wanna see that
which
one
we
too.
have seen.
Yes,
You
we
should
have.
see it. It's real good. And Nomadland, which you can also watch our review
Yes.
on. Not a ton of like really big surprises in the Oscars.
There is. I mean, for me, I think
Sure.
One Night in Miami got a snub.
Yeah, One Night in Miami, and there was another one.
At least Leslie got a nod for Best
He
Supporting
did.
Actor.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that Regina King didn't get nominated for director. That was a bit of a bummer. And also Ma Rainey's Black Bottom was also not nominated in there.
It has nominations, just not nominated. for
Correct,
Best Picture.
yeah,
It's
and-
like costume design. I think.
And Chadwick is nominated.
Chatty
Chadwick,
Bows.
yeah.
Chatty Bows.
Which it's pretty much, from what I've heard, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that Chadwick Boseman will win.
I hope so.
Do you
Best
think?
Actor.
I love that
Do
guy.
you think he would win if he didn't die?
Is this a Heath Ledger situation?
I think it kind of is.
I have not seen the movie yet,
That's true.
so I can't say
I
for
haven't seen
sure.
the movie. I can't say.
I have
Um,
not seen the movie either. So
I mean, my
None of us can actually say.
no,
like
we
my
can't.
current front runner would be Riz Ahmed because
Dude, he was,
He was
fucking
very good.
incredible. in
he's
that
the
movie.
first Muslim to be nominated for
wow.
in an acting category at all.
Yeah.
I think.
That's
Also, this is the
crazy.
first year ever that 2 female directors are nominated for
Mhm.
Best Director.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the first year an Asian man is nominated for Best Actor in 93 fucking
What?
years of the Academy. Is the first year that an Asian man is
That's really
nominated for Best
surprising
Actor. I mean,
for
not
me.
that
I mean,
surprising.
all of
but
that shit is surprising to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like, it was the first time it's 2 female directors, but then it was. I think
Could've been
I think I read that there's only been 5 ever nominated. Was
yes,
that
yeah,
so? That's fucking crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy.
So we're bumping up the numbers. We're doing a little bit better.
Yeah.
wild.
There seems to be
Well, I mean, Hollywood is controlled by a bunch of old white men with a lot of money.
Yeah.
And these are really big projects that these studios are, handing over the keys to.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, race plays a lot to do with the decision of who's going to lead that ship.
And
And
one of the things that I notice year after year with the Academy is that the Academy loves movies about movies. And
they do.
Mank,
Hollywood loves Hollywood.
oh my God, they love, pardon my language, circle jerking when it
They
comes
do.
to movies
They
about
love
movies.
their city.
That's the only reason Hugo was nominated. I'm looking at you, Martin Scorsese. That movie fucking sucked.
I loved Hugo. Okay, I will defend Hugo. I love that movie.
You also
It's
like Good
whimsical.
Dinosaur, as was discussed on the last episode.
Good Dinosaur was reviewed very well. Okay,
I
Check
saw,
out
So
I
is
saw what
Hugo.
you did. I saw what you did. Yeah, Hugo was reviewed well, and it was just. ugh.
there's a lot of
but-
people that would disagree with you.
But that's why Mank. I mean,
think-
it's not the only reason Mank is nominated. It's the highest nominated movie this year. It's got
That
10
surprises
nominations.
me.
Oh, Mank was.
Mank
I thought Minari
was.
was.
Well, it's a movie about not just any movie and not just any part of Hollywood, but about
Citizen
Citizen Kane,
Kane.
which is the Citizen Kane of movies.
You.
But yeah, I mean, and also David Fincher, which is the director that
Yeah.
everybody loves, and
yeah.
and he's adapting a screenplay that his father wrote, Jack Fincher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
Jack Fincher actually wrote this screenplay, and David
Adds
Fincher,
to the story.
right? But he wrote this screenplay a long time ago, I believe. Jack Fincher did. So this is a personal project for him.
I'm excited
And
to
Gary
watch
Oldman
it.
is incredible in this. I saw half of it.
Okay.
Started
yeah,
at-
you went to sleep.
It started at midnight. Mank is a long, slow movie, and it was very good, well executed. I was just
I'm excited
kind of
to watch
appreciating
it.
the cinematography.
I love
but
Citizen Kane, so
Mhm.
and I would love to learn more about it. But I have
Yeah.
a feeling this is going to be one of those movies, kind of like American Hustle and a handful of others, where it was nominated for a ton and it's not going to win shit.
that's exactly how I
Really?
think about this.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to win that much. Yeah, if you just look at all the categories, there's always another thing that seems like it's a little buzzier, a little hotter, and a little better.
We will dive into Judas and the Black Messiah later, but one surprise was that so at the Golden Globes, just Daniel Kaluuya was nominated, and he won. In the Oscars, Lakeith Stanfield is also nominated
yeah, they're both
for,
nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
which is very exciting because I saw
it
Lakeith's
sucks.
tweet where he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited!" But when it comes to Oscar voting, it can split the vote, and then like it can make it so that neither of them wins.
Right.
That makes sense.
Because
yeah.
they're part of the same film, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it sucks to be Daniel Kaluuya.
It
doesn't suck to
I'm
be Daniel
pulling for
Kaluuya, but-
I'm pulling for him. Like
Yeah.
I thought he.
Lakeith was great though.
They're both great.
They're both amazing in that movie.
right.
Yeah. Daniel Kaluuya was nominated for Get Out, and I was like, it'd be a long shot if he wins, but I'm super stoked to see him in the running. And God, he's incredible in that movie.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah,
Who are the other Best Supporting? Is Riz is
Yeah, Wiz.
Riz is Best Actor, not Supporting Actor.
Okay. Oh, God, I hope he wins. I haven't seen a lot of the other ones, so it's kind of hard for me to really say. But
Right.
I just thought his
Getting
performance was
there.
so fucking incredible.
Supporting Actor, Paul Raci from
Oh, yeah.
Sound of Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was really great too.
Sacha Baron Cohen from Trial of the Chicago 7, Lakeith and Daniel from Judas, and then Leslie Odom Jr. from One Night Miami. That is a stacked.
Yeah, I was gonna
that
say
is a
Leslie was
stacked category
great
for
in One
me.
Night. Wow.
And Paul Raci is incredible in Sound of Metal.
Yeah.
was.
God, that
Like-
scene where he's telling him that he has to leave.
Yeah.
Oh, heart wrenching.
That's a really good category.
He's
this year.
he's probably my
Excellent.
favorite character out of all of those. Like I think I liked that character the most. And I mean,
Very endearing.
yeah. And I guess the actor was asked to do a lot emotionally in that role.
Totally.
And he fit. He kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't say he made the movie, but he definitely added a lot to that movie. So yeah.
he was great.
There's
hope he wins.
another matchup from our Oscar past.
What?
Olivia Colman and Glenn Close are both nominated for Best Supporting Actress. They were both nominated for Best
Don't
Actress.
you ever say Olivia Colman in this house again, all right, Emily?
We love Olivia
In your own
Colman. We
house.
love her.
In her house.
Nico took my advice. I was doing my advice based on like the entire Oscar season when Glenn Close was nominated for The Wife, I think.
Something like
It was-
that.
that was another of the movies that didn't actually exist. Nobody saw
Right.
that movie. But she was up against Olivia Colman for The Favorite, and I
And
was
we
like,
had Oscar ballots, right? And you have to
Yeah.
like kind of choose your prediction. We were at the New Parkway Theater watching the Oscars. And if you get all of them right, you get a lifetime pass to this theater
yeah.
without, paying any money to get in, just a lifetime pass. And I was one off. And that one was Olivia goddamn Colman. And the thing is, I liked her performance the best.
It's the same thing that happened to me. I was like, oh, I'm going to, for Best Original Song, I was like, oh, the fucking Greatest Showman one has
Yeah.
been winning all the awards. I'm going to vote for that, even though I want Remember Me from Coco to win.
Right.
And then Remember Me won, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm happy, but fuck.
I know. But it's funny, like when I filled out my ballot, I left that one with Olivia Colman and Glenn Close empty, and
Yeah.
I circled back to it, and I was looking at it for like 10 minutes, and I couldn't decide which one. And
Yeah.
and Emily gave me Glenn Close hasn't won an Oscar yet, so she's probably
Yeah,
favored.
and she
But you
was
still
favored.
won a free year.
It was,
Yeah,
I did. I won a
exactly.
year.
So that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Still get something.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited to see. Apparently, the movie that Glenn Close is in has been absolutely obliterated by the critics.
Oh yeah, well,
Hillbilly Elegy. People
did you
are
know
like,
that she's nominated for an Oscar and a Razzie?
Yeah, which
The
happens
same, for
sometimes.
the same performance.
It happens sometimes. Yeah. Apparently, she like I haven't seen the movie.
weird.
I've heard that she
Weird,
just like
right?
chews the fucking scenery the entire time.
Right. Which some people could be like, oh, this is amazing, and some would be like, this is fucking over the top and weird.
I do
I
think
guess.
Glenn Close deserves an Oscar, but I hate when they give people Oscars just because they haven't had them.
Yeah.
Like John Wayne won his Oscar for something that was like, that is a shit. Like my mom always rants about this. She's like, the movie that he won for is not his best performance. It's trash. He shouldn't have won for that. And I, roast me in the comments, I kind of believe the same thing of Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant.
Roaster.
Oh my God, really? I thought he was so deserving of that Oscar.
I think he should have won for Django Unchained. I thought that
agree
was a
with
better
you.
performance.
I think he should have won for that too, but I also think he should have won.
Leo was operating acting wise at 11 the entire movie. He was screaming. He
Yeah.
was like snot was coming out of his fucking nose. He actually got a cold. He was sick for like half of it because they were just shooting in the snow.
Yeah.
And shit. Yeah.
And so he like used that cold, that sickness in his performance. He was just like snotting and getting everyone sick. No one was wearing masks probably at the time.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
I mean, yeah, he's deserved many. I'm glad he finally got one.
Yeah.
But
he is an actor that he screams more than any other actor that I know. It's almost like he takes the script that he has, like, where can I yell really fucking loud?
Should have an episode about top 10 best screamers in Hollywood.
Nicolas Cage.
do you guys know?
Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Do you guys know? Have we talked about this before? Who has cursed more than any other actor?
I know this.
Yes, Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Jonah Hill. I watched The History of Swearing as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
it said.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because of
It was the most fucks, not swearing, right? It was just.
it was the most
Oh,
fucks.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, oh, Samuel L. Jackson, and like Jonah Hill beats him by a
A
long
lot,
shot.
dude. Yeah.
Good, thanks to
And he's
Wolf
been like
of
a-
Wall
Just
Street.
Wolf and Wall Street.
I was gonna say, and
Yeah.
he's been like
obliterated
less than
everybody.
a quarter of the movies that Sam Jackson has been in.
I think Wolf of Wall Street has the most fucks in a movie
of any movie.
of any movie.
Oh yeah, has to.
Great movie.
And second is like Seth Rogen movie.
Super bad.
yeah, yeah, super bad.
Yes.
Speaking of Nicolas Cage screaming, watchers, if you haven't, do yourself a favor. After you're done watching this, click up in that YouTube thing and just search Nicolas Cage losing his shit. There's a really excellent compilation
Nice.
of just every moment of Nicolas Cage screaming in a movie.
That's awesome.
Oh,
I'm in.
mwah, just delicious.
So are we gonna do an episode? When are the Oscars, by the way?
April 26th.
26th.
Okay, that's
So we got some
coming up.
time.
I mean, we're going camping for my birthday from the 22nd to the 26th, but we're going to get back early enough on the 26th to watch.
We'll
Yeah,
shoot
we-
an
absolutely.
episode in the wilderness.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We need
Camping
power.
edition.
Yeah, we'll need power. No, we don't. We have batteries.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
We'll be in the wilderness.
It'll be
Yeah,
great.
sick.
Well,
That'll
I'll
be fun.
share the Zoom recorder and I'll talk into it.
But I do want to do an episode where we do our predictions.
oh yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
and we go down, and then we'll have a follow-up episode where we go through them and
yeah.
see who won the most, and then loser.
Hopefully win tickets to...
Loser
New
takes a
Parkway
shot
Takes
for
a shot.
for everything that they missed,
Oh my god!
and then
Holy
we'll record a
shit.
full episode after we're done doing that.
And we're
Oh
doing
my God.
every category.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
going
yeah.
deep.
Speaking of every category,
Documentary shorts.
Yeah.
I feel like this may have happened last year, but I noticed they no longer have a sound editing and a sound mixing category. They just have a sound category,
Yeah.
and I don't like that.
It just confuses everybody.
Yeah,
It's a very confusing category. Everybody that I know who isn't into filmmaking asks, like, what's the difference between sound mixing and sound editing?
Yeah,
I-
there's a pretty big difference, but do they have to dumb it down for people? Like, can't that just be like a niche thing?
I think like they want to kind of streamline the award ceremony.
This is a show, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a lot of different facets of filmmaking that should have Oscars, right? Like casting director is one that
Stunts.
Stunts is difficult to judge though.
Yeah. It would be kind of like to the team, kind of like
Right.
how best.
Yeah.
Casting is a little more obvious.
Yeah.
Because if you're watching a movie, you can't really tell like what I don't know. You can't tell like the craft of the stunt. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, I just like knowing. I like that I know the difference between sound mixing and sound editing. So when people are like, "Where are two different categories?" I'm like, "No, actually,
it's not the same fucking thing."
Would you like to tell people what the difference is?
Oh, you're gonna just put me on the spot. It's like sound. It was described to me as like
they're probably
sound.
Asking. I know Christina
editing,
is probably asking.
Sound editing is like the noises you choose, and sound mixing is how you use them.
Blend them into the scene and make it feel realistic.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah,
good job.
I used to date a sound engineer, so
this guy.
This guy right here.
Yeah,
you might recognize him from the last episode.
Same picture, probably.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good
it
one.
Is a good
I remember
one.
that picture.
It's his Facebook profile
I
picture.
took that picture.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out Justin.
Any other Oscar thoughts?
Oh yeah. So there are 2 Pixar movies nominated for Best Feature. I think it's pretty obvious which one will win.
Soul will win.
Yeah,
Soul versus Onward.
Soul is so much better of a movie. It's not even funny. I liked Onward a lot.
I'm actually
Onward
surprised
is very heartfelt and lovely. But
Onward is a great movie, but you're comparing it to Soul.
I wanted Soul to be nominated for like a screenplay award or something like that because it's such a creative, weird idea for a movie, and I thought it was written extremely well.
Speaking of screenplay, Borat 2 is under adapted screenplay.
Yeah.
Which, first and foremost, it's only adapted because it's characters that existed before. And screenplay in a movie that's 99% improv? What?
I have no idea how that...
There's a lot less improv in it than there was in Borat 1, and that they give credence to.
The actress from Borat 2 is also under
She's also nominated.
Best. Yeah, Best
she was
Supporting
great.
Actress. Still haven't seen Borat 2.
And Borat 2 was, in my opinion, I think me and Brent have talked about this before, and I think we see it differently, but I thought Borat 2 was just as good as Borat 1.
Hard to
I thought there was way more heart in this one. I thought like it was emotionally great. The way they led you through all these like stunts that they were doing. Stunts or pranks or punks or whatever.
What I didn't like about it is that Borat 1 was a lot of like actual real people in real situations. Borat 2 was way more of a screenplay. There was like 50% of what there was in Borat 1 as far as like
they had to
real
do
life
that,
situations.
Though. And
they did to work in the storyline.
And it worked really well.
It was fine.
It was nominated. It was nominated for. It's nominated for an Oscar.
I watched Borat to laugh, and it made me laugh about 50% as much as the first movie.
It's funny.
And I watched them literally back to back the day before each other, so I had like a good.
You know what's funny? I went into it like wanting to laugh, like I had a beer, whatever, and then like. Well, as I was watching, I was like emotionally invested in what was happening with the daughter, and I was like, "This is hitting me."
I'm connected to Borat.
Yeah,
what's happening?
It was. I was strangely surprised how much emotion and heart was in that movie, and the Rudy Giuliani thing at the end. I really do think that there's a lot going on with Borat 2 that equals what happened in the first one. And it's really hard to top what happened in the first one, so they kind of had to do something differently. Yeah, script it a little bit more, add a new character.
But they gave it more heart and made it different.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate that.
The actress really deserves her nomination because she had to be in that room with Rudy Giuliani. So
right.
she suffered for her craft. She deserves that.
Dude,
she was committed.
Emily, you have to watch it just for that part.
I know. That's what I've heard. Yeah.
It's so cringy.
God.
She was committed.
I was yelling. I was by myself. I was yelling at my TV. No way. No way.
It was like, what the fuck?
Do we have a host for the Oscars? Are they doing the no host thing again?
Oh, that's a good idea. I liked the no host thing,
I kind of like the no host.
honestly.
I like having more than, just bring out pretty people and have them say funny things.
Yeah.
Just I don't need one pretty person saying the funny things.
Gives each person more of a time to shine and like do their own thing.
Yeah. Do you guys remember when Hugh Jackman hosted the Oscars? That was like the best.
It was a musical.
He was so
Oh
good.
yeah.
It was
He did
pretty
a whole
good.
big musical number. It was amazing. I'm like, get The Rock. The Rock would be a good host, I
Right.
think. Because
The
even
Rock
if
would
he's
be a
not
great host.
funny, he's so charismatic. He'd be like,
He's pretty funny.
He's very funny.
He's very
Yeah.
funny.
But sometimes funny people don't, like, the jokes don't land or whatever.
Hi.
Oh, our little PA is just here to say hi. Sundance, get in the shot.
Good girl.
Anyway.
Any other Oscar thoughts from y'all? I'm excited.
I'm excited for him. Yeah.
More to come later.
I mean, I'm just glad that we're having Oscars because there was a question that this wouldn't even happen because last year was such a mulligan for movies that that maybe there wouldn't even be a reason to have Oscars this year. But
I feel like now we get to like some smaller movies get a bit more of a chance because often there's like a blockbuster that's nominated, you know, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, La La Land. Like those were movies that made a lot of money and they're, you know, like celebrities attached to them. So I like that smaller movies like Minari, Nomadland, you know, are...
Yeah, most of these movies are...
I have a feeling
pretty small movies.
That Nomadland will win Best Picture.
It's favorited, isn't it?
I don't know if it's favored. I know Chloe Zhao is definitely favorited for Best Director.
And usually whoever wins Best Director also wins Best
Globe?
Picture.
Chloe. Or
Nomadland, didn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty sure Nomadland won the Golden Globe.
Yeah, well, because Golden Globe, it's two different Best Pictures.
Also, Golden Globes are garbage.
Let me check my notes.
they carry no credibility at all. It's not the same thing at all.
No, but there are often people that win similar awards between the Golden Globes and
Nomadland won Best Drama. Borat 2 won Best Comedy or Musical.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Interesting.
So
Sasha's having a good year.
Yeah. I mean...
Between that and the
Trial of Chicago 7. He's great in that movie. I want you to watch it real bad.
Yeah, I want to see him in a dramatic role.
So I have some personal movie news.
Here we go. Personal movie news.
Really exciting.
Where is that? Is it up here? Is it down here? Okay.
I went to a movie theater last night.
Yay!
I went to a movie theater. I was Googling Judas and the Black Messiah.
So jealous.
To do some more research, some further, research. And it was like showtimes at AMC Bay Street. I'm like, what? Is this a mirage? What's happening? Was it
25% capacity or what were they doing?
40% capacity.
Oh, wow.
But it like...
Damn.
My theater, there was like 10 people. It was great. 10 people total. And like as soon as you book a seat, it like blocks off the 3 next to it. So you're I'm a big fan of row D, which is like when you walk into the theater, it's like you can either go up or you can go down.
Yeah.
I like the first row down.
Yeah, me too.
Usually nobody sits in front of you, so you can like put your feet up and it feels like your
behind you either.
Feels like your own personal movie theater.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, is this real? And I clicked on the website and I was like, oh my God. Ryan had come out of his office. I was like, Ryan, do you want to go to a movie tonight? And he was like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
we're not driving to Reno, Emily.
Like, the theater is open. It's like, oh my God.
The theater is open.
So we went and saw
Ryan, the
theater. We went and saw Promising Young Woman. It was excellent. I had a giant bucket of popcorn and my giant vanilla Coke Zero. It was like no time had passed at all. I even immediately, my first bite of popcorn, 3 of them fell into my bra and I was like,
I'm back.
We're back, baby.
Buttered boobs. Tight.
But yeah, felt super safe. Everybody was wearing their masks. It was also a Monday night, so there's not many people in the theater to begin with.
And the fact that like you didn't even know that the theater was open, and we're the ones that were like eagle eye watching for that.
Yeah, I
theater
guess if you're
gonna
gonna go, probably now is the time before everyone catches wind. And goes.
I mean, there's still a lot of people that are a little iffy about going to the theater. Still,
I am. I don't know if I would go if it was 40% capacity and it was like sold out at 40% capacity. I probably wouldn't feel very good about it.
I'm going. I don't care. I'm
not necessarily gonna go on.
I need the theater experience in my
The
life.
Father is playing at AMC, so we can go.
I would go on like 1 o'clock on a Tuesday. That sounds pretty safe. Let's do it.
But also, Godzilla vs Kong is coming out.
Oh, that's
Mortal
such a
fucking Kombat, which
movie
is
theater movie.
Yeah,
I am so excited for Mortal Kombat.
When does Mortal Kombat come
weird. April 15th or
it's
something like that.
It's weird how excited I am about it.
It is.
Dude, we were watching a preview of Godzilla, I think last night, and I was like, this movie looks so fucking bad, but I'm so excited to watch it.
Yeah.
Watch that trailer on a big screen, and you'll be like, yes! Because I saw it last night, and I'm like, all right, that looks fucking sick.
Sometimes you just gotta watch 2 big animated fucking things go at each other.
Just use planes to hit each other with. Like, sometimes you just
Have you guys heard about the the big villain that's going to be in Godzilla vs Kong?
Is there like a secret?
There is.
Ooh, don't spoil it.
Don't tell.
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil
No?
it.
No, I don't want to know.
Okay, fine.
God,
I get so enriched in like potential spoilers for Marvel and Star Wars and shit. So just leave.
Okay, all right. I'll leave it.
I want to go.
If anyone out there wants to know the spoiler about Godzilla vs Kong, here's my Instagram. DM me.
Here's his phone number. Actually, just text him.
Here's my address. Drop me off a gift. And
My Venmo. If you Venmo me $5.
There you go. Monetize it.
Yeah.
One alteration that they did because of COVID that I was like, you should keep this after COVID. When I got my popcorn, they're like, do you want butter on it? And normally at the AMC, you like walk over to the little station where they have the napkins and stuff and you pump your own butter. I was like, oh yes. And they handed me like a little cup of the oil.
It's pronounced coop.
We thought the same thing. I was
Fuck
like,
you guys.
coop. He's going to say coop.
Yeah, a stemmed coop of butter. No, but they like gave me the little like what you would put barbecue sauce in.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, that's great because then I can like pour a little bit, and then when I get down in my popcorn, I can pour a little bit
That's
more.
right, 'cause then I can spill it all over myself in the seats.
Yeah, I get it all over my hands, and then I wipe it on my pants, and I look like a trash man on the way out. Yeah, just have oil spots all over my fucking thighs.
Shout out Trashmen.
Shout out to Trashman.
Noble profession.
Especially Donald Trump.
No, not like sanitary workers, like literally a
Weird
man
Trump thing.
made
I don't know,
of
he's a trash
trash.
person. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Is he a trash person?
Fitted in. Yes. He doesn't take out the trash. He just is. His
Oh, he is
Like-
trash.
is existing trash.
That's a thing in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Danny DeVito's like, I'm the trash man. I come out, I start throwing trash everywhere when they do like the professional wrestling episode.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
But yeah, go to your support your movie
Let's,
theaters. Support mostly the people that work there. I thanked literally every human being that I came in contact with. I'm like, thank you so much. I'm so happy.
You're like, so are we? We have a job.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm also like, get one more person to scan the tickets because holy shit, this process is taking a long time.
I can't wait for Normal Life to come back. This is just like such a beacon of hope.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I told them like last week. I was like, I found a TikTok that was audience reactions at the end of Avengers Infinity War, like watching the people get dusted. And I was like, the next time I get to go to a midnight premiere of a big movie, I'm just going to sob the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm just going to walk in the door and start crying.
It'll feel like going to an amusement park or something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I was even watching, just for fun, I watched an old episode of John Oliver because the show's still great in the White Room, and it's still, there's great journalism on that show. But it's just not as funny as it used to be, and a lot of that is just having a crowd and like him reacting with the crowd.
Sure.
Right.
So I went back and watched an old episode with the crowd the other day, and it was like, oh my god, the show is so fucking funny when it's like the way that it was.
Yeah.
And it had so much budget; they were like pumping money into every single episode.
Yeah.
And now it's just a White Room. It's
They're
still
always,
good,
they're
but
always
it's not
making
nearly
like
as funny.
custom mascot costumes
Yeah.
for bits and stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for things to get back to normal too, and going to a concert and movie theater.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
Hopefully, we can all get a vaccine after May. Was it May 1st or May 31st?
May 1st is when
It's
they're
gonna
supposed to
be
have
May.
Excellent. I love making that joke every end of April. It never gets old.
Yep. Timberlake Day.
Yeah. Biden is pushing for like there to be enough vaccines, or at least for there to be
that we could
like,
sign up.
everybody can be eligible for one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my god, we could like have a summer, which in the Bay Area means like August through October. So
Yeah.
I mean,
most of the year.
I mean, right now, if summer happened right now in Oakland, like bars are starting to open up again. We could almost have that. We could almost like we could
hang
almost
on,
have
just
it.
hang on a little bit longer.
Yeah.
We're almost there. Almost there.
Okay, let's get
And
into.
we are almost to Judas and the Black Messiah review.
Woo!
And now we're here. So yeah, I get why this is nominated for Best Picture. It's fucking amazing.
Really
I
good.
think this and Sound of Metal are my two favorites so far that we've watched.
So this is just a little background. This is about Fred Hampton, who was a chairman of a chapter of the Black Panthers, and he was highly surveilled by the FBI. FBI, yeah.
Yes.
And I'm totally blanking on Lakeith Stanfield's character's name. Bill. Yeah. William is
Billiam.
like a petty thief essentially, who gets busted by the FBI because he impersonates an officer. That's a real heads up. That's a real big crime. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Very
Big
big
crime.
deal.
Well, obviously a big deal because he can go to jail for 5 years, or he can help the FBI.
Yeah. So the
And by helping
FBI
the
uses
FBI
him as a plant to get more information on the Black
If
Panthers.
he had a time machine, he would go back in time and not than just do the 5 years and not sign up for the FBI.
1,000%. Yeah.
Because that is a tragic turn of events that happened to this man in real life.
Tragic enough that after the original documentary came out about it, he killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
The day
that the documentary came out, he probably watched it and went, fuck this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was clearly hiding his guilt. If you didn't know, he did an interview with BBC or PBS or something like that, and he was saying, "Oh, I don't feel guilty at all about what I did."
History will tell how people feel about it.
Right, and I think he was just telling himself that he wasn't feeling guilty about all this stuff, and then once he saw the whole thing in a video package like that, he was just like, man.
The human mind can convince itself of a lot of things, especially one, as a coping mechanism, and two, something that exacerbates and builds over years. You can convince yourself to really feel like anything happened, or that you were. Yeah, you can give yourself an out when it's either being miserable and depressed and want to kill yourself, or you slowly figure out a way to weasel your way around that guilt.
Right.
Which it sounds like he did up until it being presented to him right in his face.
Right. Poor guy. Anyway. Great movie.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Like we talked about earlier, absolutely incredible performances from both Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah.
Teaming up back again after Get Out. They're both in Get Out.
That's right.
Right off the bat, there's a lovely little Lake Merritt cameo in the opening credits. I was watching it, I was like, that's Lake Merritt. And I was like, it's not just Lake Merritt, it's right there. It's right there. I was like, I know exactly that little curve of it.
I was a little surprised there wasn't a little more Oakland in there, being that Coogler's from Oakland and that Black Panther Party
started in Oakland.
Started in Oakland, had a very big stronghold on Oakland.
Right. Well, I mean, the story they were telling takes place in Chicago.
I was just kind of surprised, being that it was Coogler, that he didn't like work in somehow.
Ryan
Coogler.
Coogler.
That one shot in.
They got something of Oakland in, because honestly,
it was so recognizable.
Didn't make any sense.
It was great.
It didn't make any sense for Oakland to be in this story, because the story didn't belong in Oakland at all. So
Ryan Coogler, make another Black Panther movie about in Oakland, so we can have
real
more,
Black Panthers.
We can have more Oakland, more Oakland content. Yeah. Great Oakland content.
Great Oakland content. We need more of that.
I love when they're kind of like in the Black Panther classroom, essentially listening. I love that Lakeith Stanfield's punishment for annoying a woman is that he has to get down and do push-ups. I'm like, can we have that in real life? Can I every time a man is just like me and be like, push-ups now, get away from me, do it now.
He's like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, yes,
now
do them now.
Okay.
And then he has another woman like make sure that he's doing them correctly too. I'm like, I like really this. Good, I'm a big fan. I like this.
There was a true event that happened in it. In the movie, it's very underplayed, but upon researching this movie, I thought it was interesting. When the Crowns, who I had to look up, when the Crowns had them over and they brought up that piece of like propaganda, and he like accused the Black Panther Party of creating this piece of propaganda against the Crowns. In reality, that was a really, really big deal, and it actually really fractured the Black Panther Party's
and it was completely
reputation.
Fabricated.
It was fabricated. It was the FBI.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the Crown did a really good job of getting that message out, like being a rival gang, and it really did like fracture the Black Panther Party in like very real ways.
Yeah, I found that part very fascinating, because like the scene right before that is the FBI guy like typing it up, and I didn't quite understand what was going on at first. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? And then when he read the flyer, I was like, oh, okay, this is just completely fabricated.
Right.
Yeah, the FBI did some like absolutely horrendous shit.
Shit.
Another it's not a fun connection because it's a true event that's really awful. There's a scene where I think one of the FBI agents holds up a courtroom drawing. Did you catch this, Nico?
No.
So it's a courtroom drawing, and he goes, oh, yeah, like our buddy Bobby Seale, blah, 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 blah. In Trial of the Chicago 7, Bobby Seale is the black member of the Chicago 7, and the, I will not spoil too much of this, the courtroom drawing is him, like, after the judge sends him out to be, like, bound and gagged, essentially.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, shit, I know what that is. So these two stories are happening at the same time.
Connected? Like the MCU?
Yeah, except the racism cinematic universe.
There was another little fun tidbit about the
RCU.
gangs that I found out through research is Do you guys know the oldest gang? One of the oldest gangs in Chicago. The name of them.
Tell me.
They still exist. Well, I don't know if they're probably not popular anymore. But one of the first gangs ever in Chicago, and they caused some damage, were called the Gaylords.
Hell yeah.
Oh, they did a lot of damage.
They wreaked havoc.
Dang.
I love
cool.
it.
They existed for a long time.
Were they
Gaylords.
gay? Were they gay, or was it just?
Yeah, was it?
No, they were badass. They were just badass cis. What? Well, I bet you a couple of them were gay. You know, how would we know?
I'm like, what do you mean gay people can't be
They
badass?
probably
Come
hid
on.
it. They probably hid it their
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
lives and had to
And now that's like.
be miserable
Right.
because of the times.
And when
But,
we were in elementary school, that was like the ultimate insult to call someone a Gaylord.
Yep.
Dick squeeze.
And in the 40s, they were badass. Dick squeeze.
Dick squeeze. We should start a gang called the Dick Squeezes.
The dick squeezes. Love
New
the
band name I
jackets.
call it.
The dick squeezes.
I love Fred Hampton's love interest in this movie. Dorothy?
Yeah.
What the fuck is her name?
Dorothy.
Dorothy? Yeah. She is a poet, and she's like she's the perfect complement to Fred, because Fred is very like stoic and he's a great speaker, but he's very like focused and everything, and she is tender and beautiful and so lovely.
And he's so overly confident, and she very early on figures out how to kind of take him down a peg, but like in a cute way. Like,
I wrote down my favorite bit. They're laying in bed together, and he's talking about like, your fucking feet are cold, get away from me. And she's like, I want some of your warmth. And he's like, oh, you're being a capitalist about the warmth. He's like, oh, I'm a foot capitalist. Am I a foot capitalist? I was like, that is so cute.
That's
Like,
great.
I
That's
can't even
super
imagine
cute.
someone writing that. That just feels so genuine and
Yeah.
adorable. I love it.
So
yeah.
good.
To go along with her character, probably one of the most intense scenes I've seen in fucking any movie.
That ending, holy shit.
Yeah,
Ooh, I just got chills.
when the camera just locks on her face.
Mm.
Oh my god.
That scene when
Yeah, spoiler alert, there is no happy ending to this movie
Yeah.
whatsoever.
No. I couldn't believe
My god.
that was a real event. I had to like pause the movie and look it up before I even like continued with it, because I was like, is this based on a true story? I thought it was, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that all that shit played out the way it did.
Yeah.
Should we just talk about the whole thing?
I mean, we spoiled every episode of this is a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I mean, apparently just there's only one person with a gun in the house in real life, and they went in and just fucking shot
Just shot up
everybody.
the place.
Shot up the place. And
Pointed a gun at a pregnant woman's stomach. That shot, I was just like, oh my God, fuck. Like,
Yeah, it just being locked on her face while you know that like he's being murdered, all of her friends are being murdered.
oh,
It's so Jesus Christ.
they hold on her face, and in the background you see them in the bedroom like I think he's still alive. Pop, pop.
Oh my god.
yeah, because he
And
had
that was a real
been
thing.
Yeah.
sedated. He was drugged.
Yeah, he was drugged. He was asleep the whole time, and that actually happened in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Literally just like tears strolling down my face, just like
yeah.
just trying to fathom the fact that this is a real story. This actually happened.
My mouth was agape.
Also, earlier on in the
So
movie,
well shot too.
when they have kind of like the shootout essentially at the Black Panther headquarters in Chicago, the police just blow up the building. Like they
Yeah.
just chuck essentially Molotov cocktails into this building. And I'm like, I looked at Ryan and we're like, they can't do that. Like, how the fuck can you just, okay, we got everybody out. Let's just blow up this building. I'm
No
like,
iPhones back then, Emily.
that's not, yeah, right. There's still no accountability. Let's be clear.
No, yeah, it was
but
still the Wild West, basically.
But holy shit. Yeah. Also, the scene with the FBI director where he's asking Jesse Plemons' character, like, oh, what's going to happen when your daughter brings home and
oh
word.
my god.
yeah,
I wanted to, like, run up to the screen and punch it, and also to, like, crawl inside the couch cushions. I could not handle that scene. I was
And
so
it's-
mad.
It's so crazy that like he just turned throughout the movie, because you could
Yeah.
tell at the beginning that like he was so torn between like he wasn't overtly racist, like
Also,
he felt like he was doing the right thing. I felt that
he thought he was. Yeah, definitely.
Right. I mean,
like,
all these racist
I feel like he
characters
like
are
slowly
feeling that
had
way,
to be
but-
convinced that, and like for whatever reason that scene you can see him like not wanting
Yeah.
to be that openly bigoted.
Yeah.
But I think it just slowly wears down on him over time, and it's like that scene, like that ultimatum of like, do you want to be like a good guy or a bad guy? Like, do you really want?
What year was this? 1969 or something like that?
Earlier than that.
Yeah, earlier than
earlier 60s.
It was early 60s. That was late 60s.
I don't know how many years it
Mid-60s?
took for this to
Shot
spread out.
bet.
Okay. We haven't
What's the
done
bet?
one yet.
I mean, because the movie takes
Just
place
name a
over
year, then
long
whoever's
amount of
closest.
time.
I'm gonna say 64.
Of when it started,
How about when the raid happened
when he was
in the house?
when he was assassinated.
Yeah. What year was he assassinated?
66.
68.
69.
Nice.
You would.
Nice. I would.
Nice.
And we're back.
Here we go.
69.
Oh. Shot bet master.
You have been on a roll a little bit
I
lately.
have been.
You have been on a roll, but
Thank
I'm
you.
not calling you the shot bet master. That's not
Shot
happening.
bet master. There's a graphic right here.
Cue the graphic that I made for myself.
Since it's March 16th, Brent, do you want a little Jameson? Do you want a little Jameson in order of the holiday?
Oh, yes, please. My people.
Yeah, people.
The Schwalsches.
The Schwalsches.
Are we
Also,
doing?
Long
just
empire.
On a petty note, why the fuck does Jesse Plemons have the world's most punchable face, and he plays the punchablest characters?
It's true.
Every goddamn time I'm like, oh, he's playing an asshole.
He looks like a.
That's the FBI director, right?
Yeah, he looks like a very
Not the
punchable.
director, but the
yeah,
main
yeah,
FBI
yeah.
guy.
He looks like a very punchable Matt Damon.
He looks 60 and 5 at the same
At the
time.
same
He's got a
time.
grown-up baby face.
Did you
and I
guys
hate
see
it.
the movie that came out? It's such a weird fucking movie. It's God, I need to look it up. I think it's on Netflix, but it's like,
Take a shot.
Take your shot.
Let me think of it real quick.
Alcohol helps with thinking.
It is known.
I'm thinking of ending
Just
things.
know.
The movie is called I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Oh, I think I've
I've
heard
never
of that.
heard of it.
Watch it. Watch it.
Does
It's
he play a
fucking-
punchable
Watch
character?
it just because it's so fucking weird. It's worth watching. Super original.
Here's the
movie.
Rotten Tomato score right here.
Actually, I think it did pretty well. I don't know, but
I mean, me either. I'm just.
Yeah,
saying
I don't
it.
know either.
it's
Can't see.
fucking
I can't.
super weird, super interesting. He is really,
say?
really good in it. It's probably my favorite thing I've ever seen.
He's
him in.
good in everything. He just plays characters that I want to punch real bad.
This character, you do kind of want to punch him. He's not an asshole, but you do kind of want to punch him just because like, got it together, man. But
What's his name? Jesse
Plemons
Plemons.
from Breaking
he
Bad
looks like
fame.
a Jesse
He
Plemons.
does. He looks exactly like a Jesse Plemons.
Is he in Breaking Bad?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's in a later season. You'll get to it. You'll get to
I'm
it.
literally watching Breaking Bad right now, so
Yeah.
just started season 3. Pizza scene. I
You
saw
saw
the
the-
pizza scene.
you saw the pizza
Yay, the pizza
why,
scene.
Why was that so funny to you?
Because he just gets mad and he just throws a pizza and it wasn't supposed to land on the roof.
So okay,
Isn't the pizza there for a couple episodes too?
Yes,
Like you'll see
yes,
it in
it
the
is.
shot.
so when you're watching the scene, you're like, I don't think that was supposed to land on the roof.
It's not.
But if it wasn't, they wrote it into the rest of the episode in
Yeah.
a really cool
Leave
way.
it.
Like literally the very next scene after that is a shot from the roof of the pizza.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
pulling
yeah.
Out,
Yeah.
So it feels very on purpose.
That was first shot, unintentional. He was supposed to just chuck the pizza.
and they fucking rolled with it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's good
Because
filmmaking.
they even wrote it into the later episode. She's like, why is there
Yeah.
a pizza on the roof? That show is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Welcome
almost
to the
like-
fucking club,
yeah.
dude.
Welcome to 2021. Breaking Bad is good.
Yeah.
Hot take there, Brent.
I already knew it was good. I just didn't finish it, okay? And I'm
Yeah,
going to finish it this
2015
time.
Nico would be like, yeah, dude.
I got on Game of Thrones in like season 5 too, so I
yeah, I was
Used to
My
semi-late
mom
to
just
the
watched
game.
all of Game of Thrones for the first time. Shout out, mom.
shout out moms.
Moms.
All 3 moms.
My mom also watched Game of Thrones, and I thought that it would be too like gory and bloody for
It
her.
would be for my mom. She'd be like, "Oh God, okay, enough."
Red Wedding.
The Red
quite
Wedding would be
enough.
too much.
Yeah, my mom doesn't like Quentin Tarantino movies. She's like, "That's too much. That's too much." I'm like,
Yeah.
"You're not wrong, Mom.
Yeah,
You're not
I mean,
wrong."
It is too. Yeah, Kill Bill. And there's like fountains of.
I love Kill Bill.
Yeah, me too. But I mean,
So-
Lower on my list of Mount Rushmore movies for
Quentin.
Quentin, but I like the movie.
Oh, it's high up there. Also, I link Kill Bill and Kill Bill 2. I'm like, I just consider that one movie in
It's
my.
basically one movie.
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Moving on.
any
Judas
other
and the
thoughts
Black
on
Messiah.
Judas?
Shot bet.
Oh God.
Another one?
If you don't know it, if you didn't look it up, be honest if you looked it up.
Okay.
Oh, I intended to look up like box office and shit, and I
Don't
didn't.
ever look it up because this is my thing.
Oh,
This
shit.
is my thing. Don't
All right,
ever
he's
fucking
the-
look it up.
He's the Scott
You're gonna look it up,
Mance. Or
and
no,
you're gonna
Scott
cheat.
Mance knows dates. I don't know who's
Yeah,
the
he's
box
the
office
dates.
guy.
Just don't look it up.
Perry?
What was the budget for Judas and the Black Messiah?
How are you so
Unprofessional.
popular with this
It's
buzzing
just-
that's happening?
It's like spam emails. It's not even.
Your phone buzzes for emails?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know.
A man who gets few emails.
Yeah.
Actually, that was an Instagram DM.
Ooh. Don't be shy. Read it out loud.
So, heart eyes emoji.
The Saudi Arabia prince wants your money.
Yes, from a Saudi Arabia prince. Interesting.
Budget. Go.
Okay. Hold on. $20 million.
$35 million.
God damn it, Nico won. Again.
Shot bet.
26.
Meister.
It was pretty close. It was 26. You were 9 off. You were 6 off. At least you live here.
Yeah, but I got work.
Bring up the
I
graphic.
have a meeting in the morning.
Shot bet master.
I don't know why I'm playing along. I hate this. Get this out of here. Get this graphic out of here.
Nope,
Apologies
it's
to my
staying.
bosses. I might
Get
not
outta
be working at full capacity tomorrow.
Get back here.
I told one of my
leave.
coworkers about my podcast, or about our podcast. She's like, "Oh my god, I want to watch
Your
that."
podcast.
We have to start telling the world about my podcast.
More complete
My
as-
sister now, like, I don't know if she follows the actual YouTube channel, but she's a fan of us on Instagram. Follow our
Oh.
Twitter and Instagram, by the way.
Right here.
I post funny clips
Yeah.
and full recipes for all the cocktails.
Our show
and
just
stuff,
became like
too.
a shout-out show for our friends, basically, on this
Right.
episode.
Yeah. Shout out Christina.
Martin Sheen hardly looked like himself.
Yeah.
The only reason I really recognized him was his voice. Like, the second he's talked, I was like, is that fucking Martin Sheen? Oh, shit, it is. But, yeah, maybe were they just trying to make him look like somebody else, or does he just look like a fucking...
I think he was supposed to be. I think J. Edgar Hoover was the head of the FBI
Okay.
at that time. I think they were trying to make him look like him.
Yeah, because he looked
I
weird.
could be totally wrong on that.
Shot
yeah.
bet.
No.
Okay.
And then one other thing I wanted to add, which I thought was really cool. War is politics with bloodshed. Politics is war without bloodshed.
Yes.
I immediately wrote that down. I thought that was so fucking...
Yeah. Yeah.
Poignant.
I really liked that line.
Me too.
I didn't write it down, and I'm glad you did.
Guess you didn't like that line, Emily.
Another line that I liked was, "You can't cheat your way to equality." I liked that
Yeah.
as well. I liked the
It'd be cool
forming.
if you could, though.
Right.
Shortcuts.
The forming of the Rainbow Coalition I thought was really cool. How they like went to, like the Puerto Rican gangs and were like, "Hey, join in our fight. We're all fighting the same thing. Is that police are fucking killing us. Join our fight." And then they joined up with the white gang essentially.
The 60s were such a wild time
yeah.
in American history.
The
Yeah,
whole
man.
scene where they're like going in to talk to the white gang and there's like this massive Confederate flag and one of the Black Panthers is like, "Oh, nice fucking flag," essentially, and Daniel Kaluuya is like, "No, like we're all on the same team."
I love that fucking
like,
scene.
I
That was
like,
so
that
cool.
takes a lot of fucking strength
Yep.
to be able to be like, no, let's talk to them. I commend someone. I would not have that kind of strength.
No, that was really smart. That was really smart.
Yeah.
I have a thought right now.
Just one?
Just a thought.
That's first one.
Sometimes
Oh,
they
good
come
job.
in.
Right.
Don't
Sometimes
hurt
they come in. I know it's really hard to hold.
Sometimes
it
they
here.
come in. Usually they're right back out. But this one's
Yeah.
lingering a little longer. Enough for me to...
My brain. I might cut this out later, but what was the rest of the world up to during the 60s? Was
the
America
Vietnam War?
No, hold on. Racially wise, was America leading the way in terms of like revolutionizing
No, you were
racialism?
so fucking slow to catch up.
Well, I don't know European history and all that shit.
Right.
Like
They've had their own different racist bullshit, like British colonizing fucking Indian people. That was
Yeah.
well, no, I mean like
but
in the modern era, like you know,
there was still racism, and there still is racism.
Yeah, it's not gone away.
no, were they having a revolution the same way we were having a revolution here in
it
the
happened
States?
way before the United that it did here. Like there was way more equality in Europe long before we were having our civil rights
I think
movement.
they abolished slavery like way before we did too.
Way before we did.
And they also didn't, and I am not an expert on this, I don't think they implemented as many policies that continued to keep black people down as we did in America.
You're correct.
Because like there's just like generation after generation where it's like, well, like why can't black people just work hard? And it's like, here are the 1,200 laws that are why they can't just work hard. It's
Here's
like,
the 15 laws that are just in like real estate.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
But no, to answer your question, it's the United States was really fucking slow to catch up to the rest of the world.
And also we are the most like policed country in the world too. So a lot of these issues were based on police violence. Weird.
Still the most incarcerated people per capita.
Yeah.
And we have for-profit prisons as well.
Which is basically slavery.
It's not basically. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a slavery loophole. Yeah.
For-profit prisons. That is ridiculous.
Along the lines of this conversation, did you guys ever see the first scene of the TV show Newsroom?
Is that with Jeff Daniels?
Oh, is that the one? I know the speech you're talking about how like America's not the greatest country in the world.
Really good things about that
if
show.
you have not, if you're watching this, if you made it to the end,
go watch
thank
it.
you. There's like 5 of you.
We love you.
If you have not seen this, look up the opening scene to Newsroom. It's basically this man doing a rant on why America isn't the greatest country in the world anymore.
It's iconic.
And like, I know people just the idea of us having this conversation. There are people in America that would be like fuck these people, like have respect for your country. I do. It makes me feel like a patriot to look at our country honestly and have real conversations about where we used to be and where we are now. And
it's because I love my country that I know that it can do better.
Yes, and we've come a long way. We're trending in positive ways in a lot of directions, but also like as far as education, as far as almost most of the factors of what makes an empire or a country, on the upswing, we are on the downswing on fucking almost all of them. A lot of which being education. Like we are just dropping in, whatever category you want to give it, we're dropping in basically all of them. So these types of conversations I think need to happen because we need to start figuring out, one, how to get our political system back in order so they actually do fucking something other than try to hold on to their seats. Like there's all the problems we need to fix. So this movie is a good example of like where we were as far as racism is concerned, 50, 60 years ago. And obviously we've come a long way since 60 years ago.
But not long enough.
Been giving this movie. There's obviously still a very, very long way to go. But there's just, to go off of your question, we're trending in the wrong direction in a lot of places. And at least this is one trend that is starting to get better, that is in the process of getting better. I mean, the fact that at least some police officers are getting held accountable. It's obviously not nearly as many as it should be, but some are now for the fucking first time.
Yeah.
Like as long as the trend keeps going in the right direction, like we're moving in a positive direction.
Yeah.
It's
change isn't instant. It takes a long time for things to happen.
I appreciate that. It was interesting when I first looked at here are kind of like the potential Oscar nominees a month or two ago. And it was like, quite a few of them have to do with the civil rights movement, Vietnam, that kind of thing. And each one that I've watched, I'm like, these are still very relevant conversations today.
All of them.
About racism and peaceful protest and police violence and all that kind of thing. It's like this. I'm so happy that these kinds of movies are being made and being honored by the Oscars, because hopefully people will learn something. People will take away from it.
I mean, we're learning things. You know what I mean? Like, we learn stuff from watching this movie. We learn stuff from researching this movie.
I just learned from our discussion right now about things.
Yeah.
I am learning.
And I think a lot of people look at what's happening right now, what happened the last 4 years, and say like, oh, we're going downhill. But it's just a pendulum swinging. And because of things like the riot at the Capitol building, because of things like 4 years of Donald Trump, we get shown the mirror a little bit. The pendulum can swing a little bit, and there's a pushback. I mean, like we're witnessing the pushback right now, both on police brutality, just in general, on the war on information and false information. Sometimes it takes really fucked up things to happen to be the catalyst for positive change. And I think that also, to round it all back to this movie, I mean, you can look at like his assassination being such a wake-up call for so many people. I mean, even just the retelling of the story now in 2021, we're looking at that, and you can draw so many parallels to what is still happening right now.
The important thing is to, as the pendulum swings, hold firm. Like, continue the momentum, continue the standing strong and standing together. That way, like, even if the pendulum swings that way, it does not swing all the way back this way.
Yeah.
It hits our wall of justice and hope and love and continued work.
That seems like what it's doing, right? It swings back, and then it swings
like,
farther,
nope,
and then it
we're
swings
just-
back,
we're
and
like,
then it swings farther. and then
Okay,
it swings
like,
back.
oh, you're going to swing away from us? Okay, we're going to move 2 inches further. And, yeah. So watch
So-
Judas and the Black Messiah. It's really fucking
Such
good.
a great movie.
It's on Netflix.
Where did I
Right?
watch it? I think it was on Netflix. Yeah.
Was it on Netflix?
Netflix or
I
Amazon?
thought it was on Amazon.
Shop it.
Shop it.
I think it's on.
I think
I think it's on
Netflix.
Amazon.
I'm voting for Netflix.
Shit.
I'm not that confident in
Shit.
this.
I'm actually kind of confident. I think it's on Amazon.
comment.
I'm actually kind of confident. I'm actually pretty
I mean,
confident.
Amazon has been premiering almost all the Oscar shit.
I'm
so
like pretty sure.
I'm a little nervous. My streak.
We're
Shop
all
it.
wrong.
It was Hulu.
HBO Max.
Damn it. Does that do I
all
lose
take
my
a shot,
title?
or-
As
Yes.
Shot That-
Yes, you were wrong.
Yeah, I think you have to take a shot.
Cue the Nico is wrong graphic.
Yeah.
I will not cue the graphic.
Do you want Southern Comfort or Jameson?
I hate that I'm losing. Jameson. Although I deserve Southern Comfort.
So disappointed in yourself.
I'm so disappointed in myself.
I deserve Southern Comfort.
I deserve the worst.
The last thing I want to say is a music shout out to Mark Ism and Craig Harris, who did the music for this
They're
film.
fans of the show.
They are fans of the show. They're probably watching right
Shout
now.
out.
What is the name for the side beverage?
Bonus beverage.
Oh, the bonus beverage.
Oops.
You showed your bonus
it's
beverage.
a cameo. There's a cameo.
Oh,
for
cameo
bonus
from Passion
beverage.
Wolf Hazy IPA.
Right, because there's a lot of passion in this film, and I just wanted to make sure that I.
Anyway, so the music.
Golden Road isn't sponsoring us yet.
Right.
Golden Road.
Road.
Gotta blast
And,
their email.
I
with
mean,
this
I
video.
feel like I really do feel like this film is kind of like the golden road to
Oh my god. Oh
a
my
better
god.
world.
So
God damn.
the music in this film is like this cool mix of like jazz funk, kind of reminiscent from the time, but also a little modern.
Did you take your shot already?
Are we all taking a shot?
It wasn't just me. We were all wrong.
I mean,
right?
you lost though.
But so did you. So did you. Well, I
we were
was like,
gonna-
I was waiting.
I
for
really
your
thought we were gonna
people.
get out of that for a second.
I was hoping we would just get away with that.
Wow, no.
We
no.
almost did. I was trying to move on with it.
No, I was holding this. I wanted to do a
Anyway.
collective
Anyway,
shot
so the
bet.
music.
Fucking
No.
cheetahs.
I really don't have much to say about the music other than the fact that it really fit the film, and I thought it was
Was
really
good.
cool how they made it feel very nostalgic. It sounded really nostalgic. The composition was very nostalgic, but there was this modern twist that made it eligible for Oscars, like it actually is nominated for.
Who was it nominated for Best Score?
There was a song. One of the songs is nominated.
Oof. Got the chills.
Bleh.
Thank you for watching Cocktail Hour Cinema.
Love you guys.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.